This is the annual gala for the Chinese Historical Society of America. And they're raising money to support their programs and their staff and the museum.
Good evening and welcome to the Chinese Historical Society of America's Gala. The past is Prologue, CHSA on the move. My name is Ben Fong-Torres. I'm your Master of Ceremonies for the evening. This is my Chinese New Year Parade broadcast costume. This is my makeup. Thank you for your attention. We'll see you with music in just a few minutes. When I walk through that door, baby, be polite. You're gonna make me sore if you don't greet me right. Don't you ever kiss me once, kiss me twice. Treat me nice if you ask me to. If you don't behave, I'll walk right out on you. If you want my love and take my advice, eat fried rice. Eat fried rice.
There are an untold number of women in our community who have and continue to do everything not only for their husbands, children, and parents, but the community as well, without receiving any credit, any thanks or reward. So we wanted this year to honor a person who epitomized the superwomen like that. And that person is Janet Lee Chen.
Before she even started college, she had already demonstrated such an incredible commitment to the community and had accomplished so much, having started a creative arts program in Chinatown, participated in community fairs, and even built floats for the Chinese New Year parade. For the last 45 years, she's continued to serve on a wide range of community organizations on behalf of youth, women, and immigrants. And Janet has done so without fanfare, without recognition. She never sought the limelight. And that's why I'm so proud to be able to introduce my wife of nearly 40 years as this year's recipient of the Phil and Sarah Choy Award for Community Service. Janet.
I am truly and deeply honored and extremely humbled by this. I volunteer when I can and simply because I enjoy it. 10 years ago, along with a multi-generational group of women and men, we formed the Rotary Club of San Francisco Chinatown. Internationally, our club has provided aid to earthquake and tsunami victims. We have helped with polio vaccinations, built schools, and provided laptops and backpacks to children around the world. Locally, we volunteer in all the Chinatown schools and youth programs. Our volunteer service epitomizes one of my favorite quotes: "If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together." And together, we will continue our service to the community. Thank you so much.
It's fallen to me, and thank goodness I don't have to speak after our honoree, because that would be a very tough job, to be able to describe someone who is a veritable sultan of sophistication, a former and perhaps one of the greatest speakers of the California legislature, the self-described Ayatollah of the Assembly, and the once and future mayor of the city and county of San Francisco, and who has a distinction of having hired and fired me in 2 different positions for jobs for which I did not get any payment at all. But in less than an hour on the job, he had appointed the first Chinese-American police chief, and most importantly, by the end of that first year in office, the Chinese Historical Society of America would have a new home on Clay Street at 965 Clay. And for that, we are most grateful. Without further ado, the Chinese Historical Society of America proudly presents this special recognition award to the Honorable Willie L. Brown, Jr.
Let me thank Doug so kindly for all of those wonderful words that I wrote. Being mayor, you're watched too closely, and my conduct does not permit watching, and certainly not closely. And so in the middle of my inaugural address, it dawned on me that Fred Lau had fixed a ticket for me once. And that was the qualifications for police chief. So, and I think when I named Fred the best chief the city ever had. And I must tell you that I loved every second of it.
First of all, I didn't fix the mayor's ticket. He got community service. Born and raised in San Francisco's Chinatown. People say it takes a village to raise a child. I was very, very fortunate to have Chinatown as one of my villages. In 1970 and 71, they told me I was too short to be a San Francisco police officer. We were very, very fortunate that my village came to my rescue. And we went down to City Hall and we challenged a discriminatory height requirement. Without the community, I would not have become a San Francisco police officer.
And actually, I think one of the biggest reasons why I kept on doing what I was doing was I saw the success of Fred Lau. What was it? You were in the paper. I remember.
I was hanging upside down.
Hanging upside down to make a point that, like I'm not, you want me to grow taller by hanging upside down? It was a powerful moment for me to realize, he's making a difference, and I want to continue in that pathway where eventually I can make a difference like Fred.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Not every community is as lucky as we are to have the Historical Society. The culture, heritage, and traditions that they share with all of us is so important. When you leave here tonight, leave with your head up high, leave with a sense of pride in regards to your culture, your heritage, who you represent, what you bring to the table. Don't let people tell you you can't do something, you aren't qualified to do something, and you shouldn't do something.
You gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative, don't mess with Mr. In Between. You gotta spread joy to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum. Have faith or pandemonium, likely to walk upon the scene. What I just said is pretty sound. Think about the past in old Chinatown. What did they do just when everything looked so down? They said, hey, we gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Join groups like CHSA, learn from our history, learn from our long, proud history. Yeah, the past is prologue for you and me.